welcome back to Cityline. Did you know that Tacoma has a Tacoma Tree Foundation? Well, I have to tell you, I did not know that. And it surprises me I didn't know it because we have the most beautiful trees in Tacoma. So please join me in welcoming the Executive Director of Tacoma Tree Foundation, Sarah Lowe. Hello there, Miss Sarah. Welcome to Cityline.
Thank you. It's really nice to be here. Thanks for thinking of us.
Well, so as I said, you are new to Cityline. Tell us about Tacoma Tree Foundation. What is it?
Well, we are a community organization, a nonprofit organization run by and for community members in Tacoma. Our focus is to educate, support, and empower community members to participate in tree planting and greening. You know, we don't think of trees as kind of a standalone thing, but as part of a bigger environment. And so we really want to make a greener, healthier, and more connected Tacoma, and to do that in partnership with our neighbors, essentially.
I love that you said it's not a standalone, pardon the pun. You know, we are known as the evergreen state. I have lived almost everywhere as a military brat growing up, and I stand by that Washington State has some of the most beautiful trees I have ever seen. So if we bring it down to Tacoma, Sarah, why are trees important to Tacoma when we have them everywhere?
Well, trees, they have a lot of benefits, and a lot of people know about the clean air and the water quality and things like that. And really also trees have this benefit for us as, you know, for mental health and that sort of thing. When we walk outside, we have this opportunity to really, you know, connect with plants. And in doing so, it can really help us kind of get through, especially times like now. And so, but unfortunately, not everybody in Tacoma has access to trees and parks really close to their homes. And so we really want to try to change that a little bit and make it so that it's more equitable across the city, make sure that everybody has the opportunity to plant trees or be near trees or participate in greening in one way or another.
So, Sarah, what inspired you to become involved in the Tacoma Tree Foundation?
Well, I am a tree professional, as you would say. So I have many, many years in trees, in various parts, planning and government entities and for-profit and nonprofit. And when I am actually only been in Tacoma for about 4 years now. And when I came here, I was really surprised there wasn't an organization already existing that was really community focused. You know, we have some great programs at the city. We have Pierce Conservation District. We have some partners that are very great to work with, but to really have that community voice, I didn't see that, but there had been an attempt at doing that before. So I knew there was energy and interest in that. So I just sort of started talking to people, and it became really a group activity. It's really not just me, it's a whole collection of people.
So, Sarah, speaking of that, before I find out about your educational programs, when you say a group of people, how many people collectively belong to the Tacoma Tree Foundation or do work within it?
Well, I like to think of us as an expanding circle. So there's no like definitive number, but we have about 5 people who are working with Tacoma Tree Foundation at any given time. We have about 10 people who are officially part of our payroll. And then we have a board of about 8 people, but we have people who participate in our events and things that, you know, at times it's up to 145 people at an event. So there's a lot of interest. It's become even more clear the longer we have continued with this, that there's sort of an endless opportunity to connect with people through trees, with trees.
Tacomans, we love our trees, don't we? I mean, I'm going to say it, I am a tree hugger big time. So based upon my tree huggedness, tell us about your educational programs.
Education is a huge part of what we do. And so we have some adult focused programs and some youth programs. The adult programs right now are very much like webinars and workshops to help people understand different kinds of trees, or also how to care for trees or how to plant trees. So and sort of how trees fit into the landscape and the sort of intersections that trees are a part of. And then we also do some tree walk. We do tree walks. We've kind of put those on hold, but we're trying to do video tree walks. So we have been building little by little a YouTube channel so people can have kind of a virtual experience or can catch up on the informational side of things. But we also do plant giveaways, and we use those plant giveaways as an opportunity to talk with people. And we're still doing those now. We're just doing it with masks and social distancing and that sort of thing.
So another one of your programs, Sarah, is the Nature Explorers program. What is that?
Well, we used to do an after-school program at a few schools in Tacoma, and we just really loved it. We loved working with students. And when COVID hit, it became clear that there was, or it seemed like there was a gap in trying to help students get outside or find ways to experience and explore nature from home. And so maybe that meant just a plant or, just walking outside in the yard, if they had a yard, or down the street, something like that. So we built a website, natureexplorers253.com, which has a whole bunch of, it has basically these editions that are theme based. So we have one on Douglas fir, we have one on exploring the outdoors, and you can kind of get to know different activities. And the idea is look at the website, get inspired, and then go outside or look outside and have your own experience. And then people who register, especially, this is really intended for youth, but we have sent them to a few adults. We send these little mini zines. They're little mini booklets. They have different shapes depending on the month. But we're happy to send those so people can kind of be creative about their experience with the outdoors.
So one of the ways that you have been expertly getting your message out is through a radio show. And I love that. So tell us about that.
Well, we're really excited to be partnering with VT Radio Universal to do Spanish language tree programming. And it's been really exciting. We have several people from our team who have been guests on the show, and we talk about different things from the meaning of trees, how we make meaning of trees, and how to plant trees. We haven't gotten into that one so much yet, but that will be a future episode. We're going to do one, I think, on like just the wacky, wonderful trees that we see around, and so we're excited to be able to reach a broad audience.
I love that. So Earth Day is coming up. So what events do you have planned for Earth Day?
Well, we are working with a bunch of organizations and agencies throughout the area, the zoo, the city, Audubon, and we're working together on this Earth Day South Sound effort to have a bunch of activities. So it won't be just us, it'll be a whole lot of people, ways to get outside, ways to plant trees. People can check it out at www.earthdaysouthsound.org, and there's a calendar of events there, and we'll be adding to that things like nature writing workshops and challenges, goose chase challenges, and an iNaturalist checkout. I think it's called, you'll have to get back. I'll have to get back to you on that one, but there's also one on looking for wildlife. So lots of cool things to do outside in the month of April.
I love that. And of course, we've been showing the website across your face here where people can get more information about Tacoma Tree Foundation. In the short amount of time that you went, where's the Tree Foundation, and then suddenly got involved, there's a lot of success here, and there's partnerships that happen. You've mentioned a couple of times about your partners. Successful groups like yours don't do it alone, as you know, Sarah. Who would you like to thank?
We have so many people to thank, and I always worry I won't include everyone. But I think the support that we get from community members is really the most awesome. And then we have this team of people who have really put their heart and soul into it, and I personally am very appreciative of them all the time. We have a great partnership with the City of Tacoma, and we also with Metro Parks. It's been really great working with them and with the school district of Tacoma Public Schools. They have been really working with us in a wonderful way to get some more trees into schools, or not into schools, but around schools. So I think Yeah, there's so many people. I really appreciate everybody who even like comes by and expresses their interest in trees and gets involved and talks to their neighbors. It's really a group activity. It's a community activity. So we're just trying to help build momentum, and we appreciate everybody who gets involved in that.
Well, I appreciate so much the need that you have filled, and also how you came together and just really ingratiated into the already existing tree network that we had here with Metro Parks and the city of Tacoma and some of the other organizations that you mentioned. Sarah, thank you so much for what you do. You know, we are stuck inside right now, and it's easy to measure our trees and our involvement by just what we see out the window. But get out, take a walk, take pictures of those trees, and be involved, because our city is beautiful and we have enough tree wisdom for everybody. So thank you again, Sarah, for what the Tacoma Tree Foundation does. And I would love to have you back on sooner than later. Promise?
Absolutely, I would love that. Thank you so much for having us.
Well, my pleasure. Well, that wraps up another great segment of Cityline. It is always a pleasure and a privilege to be in your home from my kitchen. And we've given you some really great things to think about in this past hour. You know, we are still in the middle of this pandemic, but we are making inroads. So please continue to wear your mask, continue to wash your hands, continue to keep yourself socially distanced, and of course, your gatherings small, but also continue to reach out to those who you love and those you have not heard of. And when you get done doing all of that, we'll be waiting for you right here at Cityline. Take care.
Tacoma, that's my home, yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home, place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Oh, you're from Seattle, oh, you're from LA, oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Oh, you're from Seattle, from LA, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home, from the fires to the loam. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home, the place I call